Marshmallow Fanboy back with another review, this time of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdoms, Aquaman and Storm, the mighty seahorse steed from McFarlane Toys. I didn't get Aquaman when he was the Justice League figure, because I had them. They just come out from Mattel, and so I had them. So I didn't replace them with McFarlane Toys versions, but I thought, this is the last movie, and it has this seahorse, and the seahorse, let's be honest, the seahorse was the draw. The rest of it I was not really super excited about, mostly because it has a really cool Black Manta, but we had a cool Black Manta in kind of the comic book McFarlane series, and I liked that Black Manta. The stealth suit that was Target exclusive, I didn't super care for. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't have any context for anything. And I've gotten pretty much the entire wave of things like Black Adam and Flash and the one figure from Shazam and the Fury of the Gods. And I just wasn't looking to get more figures from a movie franchise that isn't going to last much longer. I don't expect this movie to do very well at the box office, mostly because I don't think that they're bad movies. I just think that they've already said that the movies aren't going to go any further. So I think a lot of us have decided not to get to know the new characters and not to sort of attend the funeral of the characters that we do like. So I think that there's a massive pulling away of the DC characters, not because of superhero fatigue. I mean, there's no such thing. It's like saying there's horror movie fatigue, or action movie fatigue, or comedy fatigue. It's just not a thing. It's just that people maybe want a positive experience, maybe don't want to do kind of all the homework that Marvel makes you do, and they don't want to attend the funeral of DC movies. So, and I think that's just what's going on, is that there's a little bit of it right now. If Marvel introduced some new character in a movie, probably would do $1 billion, but for right now, it looks like they're saying, I don't want to do a lot of homework to watch a movie anymore. I kind of want some things to be sort of, more accessible. And with DC, you're never going to see these people as these characters again, and there's already a little bit of a heaviness around it because of the Johnny Depp trial. So there's a lot of things going on, and then Jason Momoa was accused of bad behavior on set and stuff. So there's a lot of baggage to this film, and I wasn't feeling it. I didn't like the first one, and I wasn't going to see the second one. I probably will see the second one. It looks like it's the last one in this current track before we go to the James Gunn version. So I kind of want a chance to say goodbye to the franchise. But for right now, the figures, we're talking about the figures. The figures look really good. The new sort of thing right below the belt that kind of attaches to the legs, kind of an armor thing, is new. It has two hands. He has two real open hands, like open swimming hands or casting hands. The trident is a little bent in the package. The seahorse obviously comes in two sections. Let's see if I can. There's the main section. Then it looks like in the back he has the tail section. You can see the big hole here where that tail section would plug into. It also has kind of I don't know if there's a picture of it. There was on the website, but there is a stand where it lets the seahorse kind of hover so that Aquaman can ride him and that he doesn't knock over in your display. But he's an enormous figure, a really enormous figure. But I'm really looking forward to taking him out and taking a better look at him. He has artwork on the back, just like a regular figure would. And Aquaman has art, and they look like the same artist. That's very cool. I like that a lot. Hopefully the card will have that art, but also hopefully Storm comes with a trading card. But let's bust these two open and see what we think. Okay, now that they're out of their packaging, let's take a closer look at Aquaman and Storm. Full disclosure, Aquaman has 2 pairs of hands. He has an open grip and 2 of these sort of fanned out hands. But while I was trying to cram the trident into his closed fist, it was extremely tight, and I was trying to pry the fingers open. That hand came flying off and is currently here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Couldn't find it. Gave up. So I will continue the search at another time. But for right now, let's get a closer look at Aquaman first. Aquaman has the cool trading card. Storm does also. It only captures a portion of the card art on the back, but it's very cool. Of course, on the back, it gives you a little bit of a rundown of who the character is. That's very cool. Aquaman comes with a trident, which is already pre-bent thanks to the packaging, but it is still very cool. It's not a lot of it's a lot of good sculpting, but just one color, one solid color. And of course, the fanned out hand, the other fanned out hand, a fist, and an open grip, which I currently don't have because it is lost to the carpet / behind something. I'm not sure. It comes with the standard action figure stand. As far as new pieces for Aquaman, I don't think he had shoulder armor before. And also the armor that's kind of on the back that kind of protects his waist and his hip a little bit. That's kind of new as far as I know. There's great texture on the legs. The boots have a different green on them than the legs do, which is kind of nice. Wish there was maybe a little bit of maybe a wash on those to bring them out a little bit. Same as the gauntlets. The gauntlets are very cool and they mirror the boots, but they could have done with a little bit of a wash. The scales on the armor on top are very cool. And like I said, there's armor on top, but it's floating on the shoulder. It interrupts the range of motion, but not a lot. And it hides kind of the shoulder joint. So let's go over the articulation a little bit. We get a little bit of side to side. A lot of head down. Because of the hair, we get a little bit of head up, but not much. Good wingspan. Bicep swivel. Double elbow. Wrist hinge. Wrist swivel. Mid-torso rocker. Waist rocker. Standard McFarlane legs. Double knee, which is interrupted a little bit by the sculpting on the boots. Ankle hinge. Toe hinge. And ankle rocker. And that is Aquaman. Now let's check out Storm. Storm's tail is articulated somewhat. You can kind of move it like that. Twist it back and forth. The fins are articulated also. They move about like that. About that much. They go all the way around on each side. The saddle doesn't move. The saddle is strapped on though. So I think at some point you could take it off maybe. And it would just be a giant seahorse, and that would be pretty cool. I don't know if this comes off, the bridle. I'm not sure. The fins around the head don't seem to move at all, but they're really nicely sculpted. They're kind of rubber. You'd have to be careful how you store it so it doesn't sort of smash it. The saddle is real rubber. It's got a really nice color. When I saw it on the website, it looked like it was sort of shiny. It was very shiny. And in person, it does have sheen, but not as much sheen as I thought it would have. But it's still striking. It's a really cool color pattern. It comes on a ball joint. Well, you have to put it on the ball joint, but the ball joint enables you to tilt it like this. Let me see, face the camera. So You could tilt it the other way. You can make it kind of point down. Oh, it came right off. So don't point it down. This is probably the... Well, hello there. So don't point it down. Gosh, it was a pain to put this thing on. You had to put a lot of pressure on it. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier the second time I do it. Wow, that was a loud snap. Okay, so if you tilt it too far, it'll fall right off of its stand, but it has a wide base to kind of support it. Now let's see how we do with Aquaman on top of it. Okay, now he's sitting upon his mighty steed Storm, which looks really good. He fits on there really nice. It's just a really cool toy. The McFarlane is taking some giant swings at stuff. Where just all of a sudden it's like, oh man, here's Lobo's giant space motorcycle. Nobody was clamoring for it. And he was like, hey man, here it is. And it was nothing I thought to ask for, because I thought, we're not going to get Lobo's Space Hog? That's weird. And the thing is enormous. And he's like, here it is. And then he's like, hey, you want a giant seahorse? Here it is. McFarlane is making dreams come true. Dreams I didn't know that I had. And I didn't know I dreamed about a giant seahorse. But dang it, I do. And here it is. It's awesome. So until next time, man, enjoy your toys.